Okay, let's just dive right into this. If you are a first-time home buyer trying to break into the Long Beach real estate market, I know exactly what you're feeling right now. It's this crazy mix of incredible excitement about finally owning your own place right by the coast, completely paired with a massive dose of stress when you look at the prices and the intense competition. Navigating the condo market here, well, it's no small feat, especially when you're trying to figure out the absolute best way to finance that dream. But don't worry, because today we are going to break down one of the best pathways for first-time buyers to achieve homeownership in this beautiful city and do it without needing a mountain of cash up front. We are going to explore the world of FHA-approved condos. Welcome to this video where we are going to help you learn more about FHA-approved condos in Long Beach today. This video is brought to you by the team at lovelylongbeachcondos.com. They are completely dedicated to helping buyers identify the right buildings, avoid the most common financing pitfalls, and ultimately find the absolute best opportunities that actually fit your specific budget and loan type. All right, so to make sure you get the absolute most out of our time today, here is our roadmap. 1. The FHA condo advantage. 2. The building approval catch. 3. FHA loan requirements. 4. Long Beach FHA hotspots. 5. The single unit loophole. And finally, number 6, your buyer battle plan.
Let's start with number 1, the FHA condo advantage.
3.5%. This is perhaps the most important number you're going to hear as a first-time buyer. With an FHA loan, which is backed by the Federal Housing Administration, you can purchase a condo with as little as 3.5% down. To really put that into perspective for you, on a $500,000 condo, that is just $17,500. Contrast that with a traditional 20% down payment, which would be a staggering $100,000. Honestly, in a market like Long Beach, trying to save 20% for a down payment can just feel like chasing a moving target that you can never quite catch, as home values keep rising. So this 3.5% down payment option acts as an incredible entry point. It literally opens the door to homeownership much sooner than you might have expected, which means you can stop throwing money away on rent and start building your own equity.
Moving right along to number 2, the building approval catch.
So an FHA-approved condo is a building that meets specific, strict guidelines set by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD. But here is the absolutely critical part you need to remember. The approval applies to the entire building, not just the individual unit you want to buy. Let me repeat that because it is easily the most common misunderstanding for first-time buyers. FHA approval is about the whole complex. You might walk into a perfectly renovated, beautiful corner unit with an amazing ocean breeze and instantly fall in love with it. Your finances might be perfectly in order, ready to go. But if the building itself, meaning the homeowners association and the complex as a whole, does not hold FHA approval, you generally cannot use your FHA loan to buy that specific unit. And it can be incredibly frustrating to find the perfect home only to realize the building's paperwork is what's standing in your way.
Understanding this rule is super vital, especially right here in Long Beach, mainly because of the wildly diverse mix of condo buildings in the city. You've got older, really cool mid-century properties sitting right alongside ultra-modern high-rises. And because of this vast variety, well, not all of them qualify for FHA financing. So what does that mean for you on the ground? It means your building choices are inherently limited. And when inventory is limited, what happens? Demand shoots straight up. The FHA-approved buildings in Long Beach see significantly higher demand simply because every other first-time buyer with an FHA loan is looking at those exact same buildings. Consequently, units in these approved buildings tend to sell much faster, often generating multiple competitive offers. Grasping this dynamic up front is going to save you so much time, energy, and emotional frustration. You definitely won't waste your weekend falling in love with a condo you simply aren't allowed to finance.
All right, Section 3. FHA loan requirements. Let's look at how incredibly flexible these terms are compared to conventional financing. We already know the down payment is an approachable 3.5% of the purchase price, but looking at your credit score, you typically only need a score of 580 or higher. Now, this can vary slightly depending on your lender, but overall, this is incredibly forgiving and a massive win for first-time buyers who might still be building up their credit history. Next up is the debt-to-income ratio, or DTI, which is usually allowed up to about 43%. This just means your total monthly debt shouldn't exceed 43% of your gross monthly income. Again, very flexible. However, you really need to pay close attention to mortgage insurance. Because you're putting down less than 20%, FHA loans require mortgage insurance premiums, or MIP. And it hits you in two ways. There's an upfront premium paid at closing and a monthly premium that gets baked right into your regular mortgage payment. This is there to protect the lender in case you default, but it absolutely adds to your overall monthly expenses, so you have to calculate that carefully.
To be completely transparent with you, this whole process is all about weighing the pros against the cons.
On the positive side, you get that wonderfully low down payment, highly flexible credit requirements, and a much easier entry into the real estate market. On the flip side, your building options are strictly limited by that HUD approval list, you're going to face fierce competition for those specific units, and you have to factor those extra upfront and monthly mortgage insurance costs into your budget. It's definitely a trade-off. But for a ton of first-time buyers, the pros far outweigh the cons because it's the practical bridge that finally gets them out of the rental trap and into a home they actually own.
Okay, number 4, Long Beach FHA hotspots.
As your guide to the city today, I really want to highlight some popular buildings that frequently pop up in FHA buyer searches because of their accessibility and pricing. First up, we have The Fountains, located at 5000 Atherton. This offers a fantastic townhome-style community with beautifully tree-lined streets. It has a super strong appeal for first-time buyers who are looking for a bit more space and a true neighborhood feel. Now, if you want a more urban vibe where you can literally walk to local cafes and restaurants, check out the Royal Palms Condos. These are located right in the vibrant downtown and East Village area. And a huge bonus here, they are pet-friendly. Then there's Lincoln Park Towers, offering a really central downtown location right near all the action and nightlife on Pine Avenue. But hey, if resort-style amenities and a great community layout are more your priority, Stony Brook Villas is well known for exactly that, featuring pools, tennis courts, and lush landscaping. And finally, if you prefer a quieter, more residential feel away from the hustle of downtown, Kensington Green, located over in the highly desirable 90807 zip code, is an excellent FHA-friendly option.
But, and this is a massive but, please remember this golden rule. FHA approval status can change over time. Buildings can gain or lose approval just like that. A building that is highly sought after and sitting right there on the approved list today might let its certification expire next month simply due to an administrative oversight by the HOA. Conversely, a building that wasn't approved last year might have just gotten their paperwork sorted out and is suddenly back on the market for FHA buyers. You absolutely must always verify the current up-to-the-minute approval status with your lender before you ever write an offer on a property. Seriously, do not rely on outdated lists or old internet forums for this.
Next up, number 5, the single unit loophole. So I want you to think about this question for a second. Based on everything we just learned about the entire building needing approval, can you actually buy a condo in a non-approved building using an FHA loan?
Surprisingly enough, the answer is yes, sometimes. The FHA allows something called single unit approval. This is an extremely important update to FHA guidelines. It means that under very specific, tight conditions, one single unit can be approved within a wider, non-approved building. This has the potential to massively open up the available inventory for you in Long Beach. However, I have to stress this heavily. Not all buildings will qualify for this exception, and it is absolutely not guaranteed. The reason this loophole even exists is to help buyers, but man, the red tape is heavy. The lender has to prove the HOA is financially healthy on their own, looking really closely at their reserves, their insurance policies, and ensuring there isn't too much commercial space in the building. Because it requires all these extra steps, specialized paperwork, and navigating a complex checklist, having a highly experienced lender is absolutely critical. You need a team that knows exactly how to push a single unit approval through the system efficiently.
And finally, number 6, your buyer battle plan.
All right, if you want to win a condo in Long Beach as a first-time buyer, you have to execute this strategy flawlessly. Step 1, get pre-approved first. Before you even look at a single property online, know your exact budget and confirm your FHA eligibility with a lender. Step 2, focus on approved buildings. Build your search strictly around FHA-approved communities right out of the gate so you don't waste precious time looking at ineligible properties. Step 3, move quickly. Remember what we said. FHA-approved listings attract a lot of buyers. When you see the right unit, you have to be ready to strike with a strong offer immediately. And Step 4, work with a local expert. Having an agent who intimately knows which Long Beach buildings are FHA-friendly and which are a dead end is a huge, huge advantage.
Knowing your financing type fundamentally shapes your entire search strategy. For example, if you want to be downtown and you're using an FHA loan, you'll be looking at affordable, FHA-friendly options like the Banyan Tree Condos. But if you've been dreaming of that expansive, loft-style living at a place like City Place Lofts, well, you need to know up front that those types of buildings usually require conventional financing, not FHA. Or if you're looking at Shoreline Terrace, you have to know that approval can vary wildly depending on the specific HOA rules and the individual unit's status. The bottom line is, your loan dictates your strategy. Understanding these precise local differences makes you a much smarter, much more competitive buyer in a really crowded market.
So after breaking down all the requirements, exploring the hotspots, and building your battle plan, I have to ask you, Are you ready to take this knowledge, step into the Long Beach market with confidence, and finally unlock the door to your very own condo?
Home ownership is entirely within your reach. You just have to use the right tools and have the right team in your corner. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss out on our real estate guides. And hey, if you're ready to stop renting and start owning, you need to take action today. Call the team at 562-546-2366 to start your journey. Again, that number is 562-546-2366. They can help you identify approved buildings, connect you with the absolute right lenders, and find the perfect match for your budget. A huge thank you to lovelylongbeachcondos.com for bringing us this incredible information today, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.